Hello. Okay. So this is going to be a intro on how to use netlify-lambda. Basically, I'm trying to respond to an issue that was filed on Create React App Lambda, which is like this Create React App sort of boilerplate that we put up with netlify-lambda installed. That should be sort of easy for people to start with, but this person had an issue running their own proxy, so I figured I would just record this video to record how to set it up, and then we can talk about a little bit about the benefits of why even use Nullify Lambda. So I'm going to kick off. Just have an empty folder, and then we're going to kick off Create React App. I should actually put a name to it, like my app, whatever. And basically, Netlify Lambda is a local emulation of the Netlify function service, right? So anything serverless they need to do, you should do it in Netlify Lambda because it's super easy to set up and deploys with your site, which is very, very nice. Okay, so blah, blah, blah. Obviously, if you didn't already know, I work for Nullify. And I think this is, I mean, it takes a while to learn, but then the payoff is really nice. So definitely read the functions documentation. But we'll sort of go through all of this as we go along. All right, so now we've set it up, and we'll go to my app, and now we have a clean Create React App install, right? So when I run yarn start on this. Where is it? Yarn start. Okay. When I run yarn start, it's going to pull up a standard Create React App. Blah blah blah. Right. Okay. Cool. So we're all familiar with this. And now the question is, I'm making my app, and I need to do some backend stuff. How do I do it in a serverless way that I don't have to add a VPS or anything? And the answer is Nullify functions, obviously, and Nullify Lambda. So the first thing we're going to do is head over to Nullify Lambda's docs. I write the docs, so if there's any issues, definitely let me know. First thing I should probably give is an installation instruction. So here we go. You're going to add the Nullify Lambda. Not that hard. And then we're also going to have a source lambdas folder. So I'm just going to set that up. And name it whatever you like. But I'm just going to call it lambda. In fact, I like to force that idea of naming it whatever you like. So I like to give it random names so you know that it's not tied to the word lambda. And then we're going to say hello.js, and then we're going to write our first function. So we've installed Nullify Lambda here, and we're going to talk about that. So here, the function syntax is given in here, where you have to export something. You have to export a handler function, and the function has a signature of event, callback, and context. Context is callback. You can also return a promise. You don't have to use the callback, but we'll give that callback. So we have an example here. Let's do that. And that's a very simple serverless function. Okay, so we've written our service function. We've installed Nullify Lambda, and now we're going to head over to our scripts, and then we're going to have to start up the Netlify Lambda server. So let's just call this Lambda. Netlify Lambda. What is it? So Netlify Lambda serve folder, right? So the folder will be source/foo lambda. So this is the source folder for the lambdas. This will be compiled to a build folder. So you need to specify what the build folder is. So let's go over to so then we need to add and where you get the build folder from is from the netlify toml file, which is the configuration file for anything Nullify. And we'll give an example with the functions field. Okay, so let's look at the example. Blah blah blah. This should be lowercase. So I'm just gonna do a quick edit. Make sure this is lowercase. Okay, so but basically you don't need the others, but you do need the functions field. So here, again, I'm going to call this like bar lambda, so you know the difference. Okay. So what that, oh, recording. I'm again not experienced enough yet with recording. Okay, we're still recording. Okay, so now we have a Nullify toml and we have a thing for running the Lambda functions. The last thing that we need is to set up a proxy. So netlify-lambda. Okay, let's just run netlify-lambda and I'll show you what I mean. Serve. So npm run lambda. So this is being built from foo lambda, which is the source, right? And it's got hello.js. It's being built to bar lambda, which is the build file. I'm going to include that in my git ignore because that's a build folder, right? So bar lambda. I can obviously also co-locate it inside the build folder. And then this is the build and minify thing. We don't really need to minify, but whatever. So then we're going to try to, so this is our lambda, right? And it runs on port 9000. So where is it? Yeah, lambda server port 9000. Okay, so now what we do is we go to here. Let's go to localhost 9000, and we'll say .netlify functions hello. Right, and this is the hello world that we programmed in here. So just to prove that that works, I'm going to tweak that a little. It's going to rebuild, and then when we refresh it, it's going to have the different name. So now we know that this works, right? But then we have to run our separate front end stuff. So let's go to. I'm going to open up a new terminal session, and I'm going to say yarn start. And that's going to run the React app, same, which we haven't really touched. We haven't touched at all. But what this does for us now is now we have to access from our front end to our back end, right? So let's fetch something from our front end to our back end. I'm going to remove the logo. And say something like button on click, say equals message, and we'll call this the message. This not state dot message. It feels so weird writing without hooks. I'll get used to it. Fetch. So HTTPS localhost 9000. This will not actually work, but I need to show you why it doesn't work. Functions / hello. So that's the exact URL, right? I'm just going to take this and paste it here. Hey, that's not HTTPS locally. And then then res.json. Then let's make this a new line. And then data, and then let's just destructure a message from that. And we'll, so many brackets. This dot set state message. Cool. So that should change our message to the thing that we get from our backend. But I'm going to show you why it doesn't work. Oh, we need to give a button something. E. And then we're just going to call this like default message. Okay, so you know something shows up. Default message, and we're going to click me, and something should show up, but it's not going to. And here's the issue. Here's the reason we need to proxy. We access blah 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 course policy blah blah blah, right? So because we're going from localhost 3000 to localhost 9000, locally that's going to be an issue. Even though when they actually deploy it, they're all going to be on the same URL, so same host, same domain. Um, so it actually is not going to have a CORS issue, but locally it does have a CORS issue. So that's the sort of nuanced thing that it takes that really trips beginners up. So how we fix that is we set up a proxy. Create React app used to have a very sort of easy sort of package.json proxy thing, but now in Create React app 2, there's a new proxy process. So we're gonna look at what that is. So usually you just add proxy package.json. But here we need something a little bit more complex and more advanced. So we need to directly access the Express app instance. And really what it does end up meaning is we need to install this stuff and we need to add this file. Okay, so let's go. Blah, blah, blah. Add blah, 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 and set up proxy.js here. And then we'll have something called set up proxy. So this is all a bunch of boilerplate, and that's why we have the create React app lambda repo, this repo. So we do all this boilerplate for you. I'm just showing you how to set it up manually in case you need to tweak it or you just want to better understand it. So in fact, I'm just going to copy the boilerplate because I mean, I don't really care. So here, this is what we end up doing. So we rewrite any request going to .nullify/functions. We rewrite that to HTTP localhost 9000. And that's the rewrite that we run. That's all I know. But it's good enough. So now we can delete this, right? Because now it's just going to be a relative request. I think it starts with slash. Yeah. So relative request to our current domain, whether it's localhost or whether it's your deployed domain, right? And the relative request gets rewritten to localhost 9000 /hello. And that's the gist of what we're doing here. So now recall that our default message thing didn't change because we have a CORS issue. Now I'm going to restart. Hope I'm right. It's been a while since I did this manually. Blah blah blah. It takes a while. Yada yada yada. Okay. So message, default message. Click me. Ah. Okay. Unexpected token. It's not JSON. Of course it's not JSON. Is it not JSON? No. Okay, let's see what the request is. But you can see how we're no longer getting. Oh, we could just get a message. Okay. Yeah. All right. I understand what that means then. Okay. So let's do message, message, message. Okay. Cool. So this will work. I know anything about React. This does not work. Okay, I need to rest.json it. No, because I get a Nullify functions request. Okay, XHR. So response. Let's see, let's clear that again. And let's restart. Okay, I'm going to clear this. I really need to see my network activity. So I make that request. The response is logged. I feel like I'm just like not rendering something correctly. So what that means for me, I think I have to do rest.json. Who doesn't have to do that? I'm gonna console log then console x log. So unexpected token H in because it's not JSON, right? So response type basic. Nullify/functions hello. What am I missing here? Okay. Nullify-lambda, blah, blah, blah. Have I missed something in? Have I missed something in here? What? Objects are not. Okay, so there's no message, and I'm trying to render a message, and that's the problem. Dot body. It's very strange. Response dot body. Readable stream. Okay, I should not be returning a readable stream. All right, I'm gonna have to stop cheating and just try to check. Okay, okay. So, instead of all right, there is no body. So I return a message here. So let's look at this. So I return a body. I should really stringify that so that I can JSON it. So that's again an issue in the docs. Too much implicit knowledge in here. There we go. Hello world 123. All right. So that will restart our serverless server, our netlify-lambda server. And now I'm gonna switch that back to rest.json. This should come out as a message, as an MSG. Let's just call this a message. So message is hello world 123. This dot state message. What am I doing wrong? Should be structure. There we go. All right, everything is as intended. It's just that the nullify functions docs were misconfigured. So here, so now I have no CORS issues, and I can do anything server side, from like accessing databases without CORS issues, processing logic, doing whatever, including accessing netlify functions. So I did write a Gatsby static to dynamic, whatever. I did write a tutorial on how to do that in Gatsby, and you can obviously do that in any sort of context other contexts, even if you're not working in Gatsby, on adding nullify functions, and then you add nullify identity, and then you add authenticated functions. So you can put, for example, content behind a paywall, and just have a secure function. So the guide. And technically, if you're just watching for JavaScript, this is the end. But I do have a resolution to do everything in TypeScript. So we're going to do all of this in TypeScript. Oh, okay. So one thing. So what does create React App Lambda do for you? Everything that we just did, plus we set up scripts a little bit nicer for you. So we have run p. So that's npm run all. This guy. And that installs an alias of run p, and it runs in parallel start app and start lambda. So the lambda and the front end are run together in one command of start instead of having two terminals here, as well as building the same thing as well. So that's really it. It's pretty simple. Not that much to it. Okay, so now we're going to do TypeScript, and if you don't care about TypeScript, you can turn it off now. All right, cool. So we're gonna close, and then we're gonna close, and let's figure out how to turn a React app, create React app into TypeScript. So we're gonna do front end first, and then we're gonna do back end. So I think you rename. Right. look at the docs because I'm not super sure about this one. I mean, I know I'm sure I know how to. I'm sure I know the theory of it, but I don't know the precise steps. All right, so let's add all the TypeScript stuff, and then we just rename it, and then that's about it. All right, so let's rename TSX, X, and then TS. There are going to be some configuration things which I'm also going to want to tweak. That comes later. So we run yarn start again. Note that we haven't restarted the lambda. We just run the front end. Okay, so I just need this front end to show up, and then we have a proven thing. Note that also. So now it shows up, but there's no backend. So because I haven't run the backend yet. Okay, so I just need to show you this is now TypeScript, and I notice that I didn't rewrite anything, and it still works. What else should I show you as well? tsconfig.json. Okay, so some of these are nice. Let's go strict true blah blah blah. Yes, module interrupt true. Okay. Yeah, not too bad. Okay, so this is TypeScript. We can add prop types. So for example, now we can add things like type my props equals to message string, right? And we'll have this state. Actually, that's state. Props are state. Yes, that's state, right? My state. I should rename this my state. So now, if I try to do like re, this will be wrong, and it'll throw an error, right? Because it has to be a string. Type of number is not assignable to type string. So that's the real nice benefit of TypeScript default message. So what else should I also highlight for you? There is, yeah, okay, whatever. I mean, you can refer to my cheat sheet. If you know me at all, if you know my work, you probably know about the React TypeScript cheat sheet. This helps you learn TypeScript in React. Okay, so and then lastly, we're gonna do our backend in TypeScript as well. So this is in JavaScript still. We no longer like JavaScript, so let's figure out how to add TypeScript to netlify-lambda. Okay, blah blah blah. So we need to install Babel preset TypeScript on the backend. I think we already have that. Actually, we don't. So, right. And then we need a custom Babel RC. Oh, and then we're definitely going to use this because it's handy. The TypeScript types node and then types AWS lambda. And then we need a Babel RC file. We just put it on the root. And this is how Nullify-lambda determines which TypeScript to use. I think we no longer use 610. So again, this is a docs issue which I need to update. Wait, that. That should be good. Okay, and then la 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 la. Okay, so and then I have a demo of that. But let's just try to do it on our own. Okay, this is the source, the destination file. So now we can call this ts, hello.ts. And now we don't have types for any of these, right? So now we want to import types. Okay, I'm going to have to refer to this because I don't remember the types. Source, la la la, lambda, la la la. Hello to TS. So AWS Lambda has types, and you can type all of this stuff. Okay, so the handler has types as well. Um, do we want to type the handler? Hmm, maybe we can just type it. So we can use inference for the handler, and then we can type the context. Um, we can type the callback, um, and we can type the event. So now, what is it? Cannot find module AWS Lambda. Why is that? Did I have to install it? I don't think I did. Yeah. Okay, so I think it will still work, but we may have to fix this eventually. So now when I do, for example, callback, right? Because it's been typed, um, should give me, well, it takes any. That's not very helpful. Oh, because it can't find the thing. Okay. Um, let's try that. Oh. So why doesn't it? Says hello.ts types node. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. I'm not exactly sure why it doesn't do that. Why it doesn't import correctly. Maybe I have to install. I don't believe that will help, but I'm just going to try it anyway because it's easy. Do things because they're easy. Oh, the installation didn't work. Okay, hang on. AWS Lambda installation didn't work. Okay, there we go. I had a period at the end. That is a bad idea. Okay. So now I can import. Now it goes away. And now when I type callback, it has the signature, which is error first and then a result. So I can type null and it'll be valid, but if I type this will be not valid because argument of type a number is not assignable to the union type of string error null undefined. Okay, so null it is, and then what I do here, a result can be any. Result is any, right? So it calls a result of any, and then I mean, it's basically up to you, whatever you want to do. Let's see here. Yeah, we can just give it a response. So this is exactly the same as what we had before in JavaScript. All right, let's see this running. How about that? So again, we don't have the parallel script set up, so we have to manually run netlify-lambda. Okay, and now all of that, just a click. Just a click. This syntax is probably different. Message, massage. All of that, just a click. And oh, yay. All right, we have a working backend for our front end, and everything is in TypeScript. So I really like typing this stuff because then it gives you, like, let's say you want to say event dot whatever, and all these autocomplete tells you what's in the event. So query string parameters, for example, you can hover over that, and you can see that it's a it's a dictionary of stuff. It's all strings. So it's pretty good. Right? You can't do that, all that. Whereas JavaScript will let you do it. So I like TypeScript. You don't have to like it, but this is how to add TypeScript together with Great React at Lambda. that's all I had planned for today. If you have any comments, issues, whatever, hit me up on Twitter or this video. Cheers.